What if the secret to defeating anxiety isn't escaping chaos, but embracing it with the right mindset? How did ancient philosophers survive plagues, wars, and loss with clarity while we crumble under daily pressure? Here are 5 timeless Stoic tools that will not only help you calm anxiety, but help you reclaim peace, power, and purpose starting today. Have you ever felt like the entire world was against you? Some days it seems like everything is spiraling out of control. Work feels stuck, family pressures mount, health begins to falter, and the future looks uncertain. In those moments, we often find ourselves caught in a whirlwind of anxiety, feeling powerless and drained. But pause for a moment. Suffering, uncertainty, and hardship are not new to humanity. History is filled with relentless challenges, devastating wars, deadly pandemics, and natural disasters that swept away both hope and faith. So what allowed people to endure during the darkest times? Ancient Stoic philosophers who faced their own share of hardships discovered the answer. To them, life's challenges weren't something to avoid, but opportunities to strengthen the mind and find peace amidst the storm. Today I'll share with you some timeless lessons from Stoicism, insights that can help you manage anxiety and find serenity even in life's toughest moments. This isn't just theory, it's wisdom forged over centuries of human experience, so stay with me and don't miss a single word. What you're about to learn could forever change the way you see life. Let's begin. Number 1. Take command of what lies within your power and learn to release what doesn't belong to you. In life, especially during challenging times, worry often feels like a natural reaction when we face uncertainty about the future. Yet most of this anxiety stems from a simple but uncomfortable truth. We tend to focus our energy on things beyond our control. Stoicism, with its timeless wisdom, offers a clear escape from this vicious cycle. At its core lies a crucial distinction: understanding what is within our control and what is not. Epictetus emphasized in the Enchiridion, some things are in our control and others are not. Things in our control, our opinion, pursuit, desire, aversion, and in a word, whatever are our own actions. Things not in our control are body, property, reputation, command, and in one word, whatever are not our own actions. This profound insight reveals that worrying about things beyond our control, such as others' opinions, economic fluctuations, or long-term health, only leads to unnecessary suffering. Think about it. Can you control whether others like you, ensure the stock market rises, or completely eliminate illness from your life? The answer is no. So why let these concerns dominate your emotions and mind? Consider a relatable situation. You're worried about losing your job during an economic downturn. It's a valid concern, but from a Stoic perspective, your job isn't truly within your control. Decisions by your company, the state of the economy, or market changes are external factors. What you can control, however, is your response. How you prepare for the worst-case scenario, the skills you develop to stay adaptable, and how you face uncertainty with composure. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Indeed, those who navigate challenges successfully often focus on building their skills, fostering supportive networks, and maintaining optimism, instead of panicking over uncontrollable circumstances. How can you apply this Stoic mindset in daily life? A simple yet powerful exercise is practicing discernment. When you feel overwhelmed by worry, ask yourself, is this within my control? What can I do to improve this situation within my limits? What would happen if I focused only on what I can control? For instance, in a heated argument, you cannot control the other person's words, but you can manage your reaction. You can't change their mindset, but you can remain calm and avoid letting emotions dictate your actions. Epictetus warned, "If you seek truth, you will not seek to gain a victory by every possible means. And when you have found truth, you need not fear being defeated." This teaches us that rather than getting swept up in a whirlwind of anxiety, we should focus on the one truth we can control: our attitude and actions. Imagine being a fisherman in a coastal village. A powerful storm is approaching and everyone is panicking about losing their boats, fishing nets, or even their homes. In this situation, what can you do? Can you control the wind or rain? No. But you can ensure your boat is securely anchored, your family is safe, and accept that the storm will eventually pass. Stoicism teaches that we cannot stop the storm, but we can prepare ourselves to face it. This practical approach applies to all adversities. Focus on what lies within your control instead of wasting energy on what cannot be changed. True Stoicism isn't merely a philosophy you study. It's a guide you live by. Breathe into your decisions and practice in the smallest daily actions, especially when life feels overwhelming. Start by writing down your worries. As you confront your own worries, you'll notice that not everything is within your control. Concerns about health, reputation, or external events. Underline these and remind yourself these are beyond my influence. At the same time, circle the things you can control. Managing your time, learning new skills, or adjusting daily habits. This simple act provides healing because it grounds you in what you truly have power over. Think of everything as small bricks on a long road. Instead of letting the fear of a massive project or challenge overwhelm you, focus on the small steps you can take today. For example, if you fear instability in your current job, instead of spiraling into panic, ask yourself, what can I do now to prepare for the unexpected? It might mean taking a course, reconnecting with industry peers, or simply excelling at today's tasks. These small actions keep you moving forward rather than trapped in a cycle of worry. Finally, learn to let go. In Stoicism, letting go is not surrender or avoiding responsibility. It is the acceptance that once you've done your best, the outcome is no longer yours to control. When faced with a situation where all efforts have been exhausted, take a deep breath and tell yourself, I've done all I can. Now I leave the rest to nature. This fleeting moment of relief signals that you're moving closer to inner peace. When anxiety arises, ask yourself, if this isn't within my control, why am I worried? Can I redirect this energy from worry to action? If I let go, what's the worst that could happen? And can I endure it? These questions not only reshape your perspective but also bring clarity, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. Over time, you'll see that worry doesn't solve problems. It only adds unnecessary pressure. Instead of succumbing to emotional turmoil, use these questions as gentle reminders to channel your energy into meaningful actions. Stoicism never promises an easy life, but it offers a powerful tool for overcoming difficulties, the ability to let go of what's beyond our control and find strength in mastering ourselves. In uncertain times, instead of drowning in anxiety, choose to live intentionally. Focus on what you can do today to move forward. That is the path to worry less and live a stronger, more purposeful life, just as Stoicism teaches. Number 2, choose virtue over vice, and let go of what doesn't matter. When we learn to focus on what lies within our control, the next natural question arises. What is truly worth controlling and what should be let go? Stoicism answers by guiding us toward virtue, the only thing that truly belongs to us and has lasting value in every circumstance, on whether hardship or prosperity. It is virtue, kindness, justice, courage, and wisdom that defines our worth, not external factors like wealth or fame. Stoicism doesn't suggest that we should completely ignore external circumstances. After all, we need certain things to survive: food, water, and shelter. But in times of crisis, job loss, financial hardship, or illness, do these things truly define the entirety of your life? Imagine you're a small shop owner. One day, the economy collapses and you can no longer restock your inventory. Instead of exploiting the situation by doubling your prices and taking advantage of others, Stoicism advises you to uphold virtue. Help your community with what you can. Such kindness not only builds trust but also fosters a sense of peace within yourself. In tough times, life often becomes chaotic with endless worries about what we might lose: possessions, status, or even personal safety. But in those moments, Stoicism reminds us that virtue, the right actions and integrity of the soul, is the only thing that truly belongs to us. By choosing to live virtuously, you make a morally sound choice and create a powerful shield against the instability of external circumstances. Nothing can strip away your intrinsic value when you live with kindness, fairness, and responsibility. Consider a worker who loses their job during an economic downturn. In such a situation, it's easy to feel despair and helplessness. But if that person focuses on what they can do, helping their family, supporting their community, or contributing value in small but meaningful ways, they not only feel useful, but also preserve their self-respect. Even small acts of goodness provide a sense of control in a seemingly crumbling world. Moreover, focusing on virtue helps avoid being consumed by the sense of loss over things that don't matter. If you see wealth as a means, not the purpose of life, its loss becomes less frightening. If you value health but don't let it define your entire worth, you remain resilient in the face of illness. Those who live virtuously understand that true value lies not in what you own, but in how you act in every situation. Reflect on yourself. Have there been times when you faced challenges with determination and courage? Did you feel a sense of relief afterward? That's the power of virtue. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When you master yourself instead of being ruled by worry, you become freer and more at peace. Vice often takes root when we tie ourselves too closely to things that are not core to our values as human beings. Imagine a merchant during a crisis who raises the prices of essential goods to exploit others, not out of necessity, but greed. While they may earn short-term profits, will those earnings compensate for the moral loss, the community's trust, or the fear of judgment and retribution? Epictetus warned, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions but in having few wants. True wealth lies not in accumulation, but in the restraint of unnecessary desires." Stoicism doesn't reject the desire for good things. Who doesn't want a fulfilling and happy life? But it warns us that when material desires spiral out of control, they become chains that bind the soul. Reflective questions are necessary. Am I being drawn into the temptations of vice such as selfishness, greed, or envy in difficult circumstances? Do my actions today reflect the person I aspire to be? Or are they mere reactions to external pressures? Consider the modern world where crises like pandemics or economic downturns reveal countless examples of vice, people hoarding masks or essential goods to resell at exorbitant prices. But ask yourself, does the money gained truly bring satisfaction? Or does it merely mask feelings of emptiness and insecurity? Contrast this with individuals who act virtuously, those who share resources, help their communities, and find peace in living true to their values. When we place our sense of worth in things that don't matter, money, status, or others' approval, we become slaves to things we cannot control. When those things inevitably disappear, as they often do during hard times, this attachment leaves us in an emotional crisis. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "Receive without pride, let go without attachment." This doesn't mean you can't enjoy life's good things, but you must learn to view them as temporary, not as the roots of happiness or your identity. Take the example of a successful entrepreneur who loses their fortune during an economic collapse. If they measure their worth solely by their wealth, losing it feels like losing themselves. But if they understand that their true value lies in their integrity, diligence, and ability to face adversity, they retain what matters most, their self-respect and tranquility. To live by Stoic principles. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? Am I letting external circumstances dictate my emotions and values? Imagine losing something you once considered everything. Could you still live with pride in how you've conducted yourself? If the answer is yes, you've grasped the essence of Stoicism. Only by releasing attachments can we find true freedom in our minds. Number 3, live fully by remembering death. When we choose to live virtuously and learn to let go of what doesn't deserve our attention, life becomes lighter, like a serene stream flowing through the chaos of our days. Yet to preserve that peace, we must confront an undeniable truth. Everything, including ourselves, has an endpoint. This is not a harsh warning, but a profound call to live more fully. Death through the lens of Stoicism is not an enemy, but a teacher guiding us to understand the preciousness of each moment. In today's society, death is often veiled in fear. We avoid talking about it as if by ignoring it, it might never arrive. Obsessed with prolonging life and seeking ways to preserve health, we overlook this truth. Life's finiteness is what makes it worth living. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." These words are not merely a reminder, but a wake-up call. Live in the present, for tomorrow is promised to no one. Death is not a reason to panic, but a marker urging us not to waste time on the trivial. When we grasp life's brevity, our once overwhelming worries naturally shrink. Imagine yourself struggling in an office, consumed by fears of inadequacy and the relentless pursuit of approval. Sleepless nights follow, filled with self-doubt. Now pause for a moment and ask, if tomorrow were my last day, would this still matter? The answer would likely shock you. Suddenly, those pressures transform into mere specks of dust in the grand mosaic of life. The Stoic principle of memento mori, remembering death, is not about morbidity, but recalibrating your focus on what truly matters. History offers stark reminders of humanity's relationship with mortality. From devastating plagues like the Black Death to brutal wars, suffering and death have always been entwined with our existence. Yet Stoicism teaches us not to flee from pain, but to confront it calmly. Losing a loved one brings inevitable grief, but rather than drowning in despair, consider death as a transformation, a release from life's suffering. This perspective doesn't erase pain, but lightens its weight, helping us find meaning even in profound loss. You see, this tranquility in individuals facing terminal illness. Instead of succumbing to despair, many choose to live with gratitude. They cherish every remaining moment with loved ones, unburdened by futile anxieties or painful treatments. This acceptance brings a unique strength, the kind Stoicism has long championed. Practicing memento mori isn't about obsessing over death, but living more mindfully. Ask yourself, Am I living a life I won't regret? Stoicism won't give you answers but offers a framework to embrace peace and courage amidst uncertainty. Picture this. After a major setback, losing a job, a business failure, or severe financial struggles, you feel like everything is collapsing. Pause and ask, what's the worst outcome here? Is it material loss or that I've forgotten how to live a meaningful life? When faced with potential loss, one truth emerges. The most precious asset isn't money or possessions, it's time and how we spend it. As Epictetus said, I cannot escape death, but at least I can escape the fear of it. Fear of death and loss traps us in anxiety, robbing us of inner freedom. But once we accept death as inevitable, a natural part of existence, we can release our pointless obsessions and focus on what truly matters. Think about yourself chasing endless ambitions, sacrificing precious time meant for family and loved ones. If each morning you remembered that every day brings you closer to death, would you still let trivial pursuits dominate your life? Memento. My remember that death is coming isn't a grim warning. It's a wake-up call. Each passing day is an opportunity to live fully, to seek what truly matters. Ask yourself, if today were my last day, what would I do? Do my current worries even matter in the grand scheme of things? Have I truly devoted time to the people and things I love? These questions aren't meant to instill fear, but to clarify your purpose. When you acknowledge time's limits, you'll prioritize the essential over the trivial. Practicing memento mori not only reduces anxiety but infuses life with lightness and meaning. Confronting the worst death, you'll see that everything else is transient, and in that impermanence lies the beauty of every moment. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." So how about you? Are you truly living, or are you letting worries and pointless calculations obscure the brilliance of the present? Remember, death is not an adversary. It's a silent companion reminding you of the value of every breath. Embrace. It is a part of life, and you'll find your anxieties dissolve, replaced by inner freedom. Number 4. Love your fate even when it's hard. Awareness of mortality is not merely a reminder of life's fragility. It is a beacon that illuminates how we perceive everything that unfolds in our lives. When you truly grasp that your time on this earth is finite, every experience, whether sweet or bitter, becomes an irreplaceable fragment in the vivid mosaic of your personal journey. From this realization arises the philosophy of amor fati, to love one's fate. A powerful invitation to embrace everything life presents. It transcends mere acceptance, urging us to cherish each moment, for these moments form the profound essence of our existence. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it. Like a roaring fire that turns dry twigs and wet logs into light and warmth. Every difficulty, failure, or even great loss can become fuel to ignite our willpower and illuminate our souls. Adversity is no longer an obstacle, but a catalyst for growth and resilience. Instead of letting fear paralyze your mind, ask yourself, how can I turn this challenge into an opportunity?" Imagine losing your job during a global economic downturn. The despair, anxiety about the future, and financial strain could easily pull you into hopelessness. Yet through the lens of Amorati, this is not the end, but the opening of a new door. Perhaps this is the time to learn a new skill, explore a field you've always dreamed of, or embark on a personal journey you never imagined. Ultimately, it's not adversity that defines you. It's how you respond to it that shapes your identity. When anxiety overwhelms you, pause and ask, is what I fear within my control, or is it beyond my influence? This simple question re-enters your mind, directing your focus toward action instead of being trapped in fear. Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This timeless truth reminds us of our greatest power, the ability to choose our attitude. Stoicism teaches us that nothing is permanent, not even pain. As Marcus Aurelius observed, observe constantly that all things take place by change. Look around you. Day follows night. Winter eventually yields to spring. Human life flows in the same way. The struggles you face today are but a fleeting moment in the river of time. The pain of today will pass, and peace will return. History reminds us that the darkest times often sow the seeds of transformation and progress. During the plague, humanity suffered immense loss. Yet it spurred breakthroughs in medicine and social reform. These seemingly insurmountable crises laid the foundation for a brighter future, reminding us that hardships are not just temporary. They can be the building blocks for renewal. To live this philosophy, we must first abandon the illusion that life should always be easy. We often view adversity as unfair, or something that shouldn't happen to us. Yet Stoicism teaches that adversity is not abnormal. It is an essential part of life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A man's true delight is to do the things he was made for." True joy lies not in evading difficulties but in fulfilling our purpose, including confronting challenges. Like a soldier who grows stronger with every battle, we deepen our character with each trial. To love one's fate begins with cultivating gratitude, a mindset that soothes even the deepest worries. When facing adversity, instead of focusing solely on what you've lost, take time to acknowledge the good that remains. Perhaps it's the presence of a loved one, the health that allows you to move forward, or simply the morning sunlight streaming through your window. These small blessings are reminders that even in darkness, light exists. Alongside gratitude, embracing uncertainty is a crucial lesson in loving your fate. Life is full of variables we cannot control, instead of clinging to expectations or fearing the future. Let life's currents guide you naturally to where you're meant to be. This isn't resignation, it's true freedom, a state of mind unbound by unrealistic demands. When you accept that things will unfold as they must, you'll discover inner peace. Memento mori, remember that you will die, is a powerful tool for practicing amarati. Recognizing the brevity of life compels us to stop wasting time on trivial worries and focus on living fully. Each day becomes a gift, every moment an opportunity to love and cherish what we have. This is the strength of amore fati, to transform even life's uncertainties into meaningful parts of the journey we call life. In the intertwining of gratitude and acceptance, you'll not only face adversity, but also find the strength to turn it into inspiration. On this journey, you'll realize that loving your fate is not just a philosophy, but a way to weather life storms with calm and resolve. In today's ever-changing economic, political, and social landscapes, it's easy to fall into anxiety. But pause and ask yourself, can I control these external changes? Well, if not, focus on what you can do. Develop skills, nurture your mental health, or extend kindness to those around you. By loving your fate, you not only find peace, but also grow stronger. Remember, no circumstance can take away your inner power. No matter how the world changes, you always have the choice of how to respond. Epictetus summed it up perfectly. Seek not for events to happen as you wish, but rather wish for events to happen as they do, and your life will be serene. Stop wishing for life to conform to your desires. Instead, embrace it as it unfolds, and serenity will follow. Are you ready to embrace your fate? Comment, "I love my fate," to declare your readiness to live a life unbound by fear or resistance, one filled with freedom and peace. Number 5. Cultivate gratitude in the here and now. After learning to embrace our fate through the philosophy of amarati, we come to realize that every challenge in life carries its own value. Yet to truly cultivate a serene and resilient spirit, we need one more step: gratitude for what we have in the present moment. This is the ultimate method and one of the foundational pillars of Stoicism, practicing gratitude in the here and now. Gratitude not only sharpens our perspective on what truly matters, but also unlocks the door to contentment and inner peace, even amidst life's greatest storms. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you do not have, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and as a result give thanks for them." His words serve as a guiding light in a foggy sea, reminding us to turn away from the unreachable and instead cherish what is already within our grasp. Often the most precious treasures aren't dazzling prospects in the distant future, but the simple, overlooked moments beside us right now. Ask yourself, have you ever thanked your body for tirelessly supporting you through life's challenges? Do you appreciate the warmth of a home-cooked meal prepared by a loved one, or the genuine smile of a close friend? Or are you consumed by thoughts of what you lack, fearing what you might lose? Gratitude is not a natural state that surfaces only when life is smooth. It is a conscious choice, an active practice, even when circumstances seem unforgiving. Stoicism does not teach us to avoid pain, but to find light even in the darkest times. Imagine a difficult day at work, deadlines missed, misunderstandings with colleagues, and an overwhelming sense of pressure. If worry takes over, you'll sink deeper into despair. Instead, take a moment to sit down, close your eyes, and breathe deeply. Reflect on 3 things you're grateful for that day. Perhaps you learned a valuable lesson from a mistake, received an encouraging message from a friend, or simply enjoyed the quiet comfort of a cup of tea. These small moments, when acknowledged, reveal that even in a storm, there's always a safe harbor within. Epictetus, a former slave turned Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." His words are a powerful reminder that no matter how dire a situation, there is always something to appreciate. Losing a job might feel devastating, but it could open doors to family support and a chance to rediscover passions. A broken relationship, while painful, may help uncover your inner strength and patience. To practice gratitude, the key is to pause. amidst life's relentless pace and listen to what your heart feels. Dedicate a few minutes each day to reflect on the blessings in your life. With a small notebook, jot down 3 things you're grateful for every evening. These could be as simple as a comforting meal, a friend's kind words, or just the fact that you made it through another day in good health. This habit not only highlights the positives in your life, but also nurtures a lasting sense of peace. When anxiety strikes, instead of letting it pull you under, ask yourself, what in my life right now is worth being grateful for? This question acts like an anchor grounding you in the present where goodness still exists if you choose to see it. For instance, during a stressful time at work, consider the opportunities your job provides. Be it financial stability, learning experiences, or a supportive colleague. These small recognitions can become a quiet source of strength. Gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's an action. Express your appreciation to those around you. A sincere thank you or a thoughtful gesture can brighten the day for both you and others. Send a heartfelt message to an old friend or express your gratitude to your parents for their support. These simple acts not only deepen relationships, but also fill your soul with a sense of fulfillment. Nature itself offers endless reasons for gratitude. A quiet morning with birds singing outside your window, sunlight streaming through the curtains, or the refreshing coolness of water on your hands. These moments, though ordinary, remind us of life's beauty. By focusing on these small gifts, you'll discover countless reasons to cherish life, even on the darkest days. In modern life, we often forget how fortunate we truly are. The things we take for granted, a roof over our heads, food on the table, good health, are the dreams of many others. Stoicism reminds us that by appreciating what we have, we can find inner peace and let go of worries over what lies beyond our control. Ask yourself right now, what are you grateful for in your life today? Can that gratitude inspire you to face the challenges ahead? Don't wait for a perfect moment to feel thankful, because this very moment is already a gift. We've just explored 5 powerful Stoic methods to ease anxiety during challenging times. From focusing on what we can control, living virtuously, remembering the inevitability of death, embracing fate, to practicing gratitude. Each lesson carries a profound strength, the power to help us live more deeply, resiliently, and fully. Remember, hardships do not define you. How you face them shapes who you truly are. So no matter how tough life gets, choose to live with inner peace, knowing that you've done your best with what you can control. If you found this video helpful, but haven't clicked like yet, take a second to do so now. It's a simple way to spread these meaningful messages. Don't forget to share this video with your loved ones who might also draw inspiration from Stoicism. And finally, hit the subscribe button to stay connected and never miss the incredible content we're preparing for you. Thank you, and see you in the next video.